Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to this week's cosmic guidance for January 10th through until the 16th. And a main theme this week is staying connected to your inner power, your creative power, remembering who you really are and not getting tied into this feeling of chaos and worry and overwhelm, but knowing how to really come back home to you and cultivate that feeling of safety and security from within. And I'm even going to guide you through a little breath practice today to help you relax your nervous system and remember who you really are. So if you are new to me, my name is Kara. A big warm welcome to you. I'm an Akashic astrologer as well as a spiritual business mentor. So I work within the realm of the Akashic Field, and I also study the astrological shifts and combine these together to help you tap into the highest timeline for your life. And when I work with clients one-on-one, we work with these sacred tools to help you in expanding your business, amplifying your impact, and receiving abundantly for your soul's work in the world. So if that is something that resonates with you, be sure that you subscribe. And I'm also going to be hosting a free mini series on accessing the Akashic Field to expand your business. So I will attach the link below if you want to join me for that free mini series. It is something that I'm doing live, so it's going to be all new information and energy that we are working with. And there'll also be replays that are available to you as well. So you can check out those details below. All right, so before we do a day-by-day breakdown of these energies, let's take a moment to just go within and connect to our breath. So if it is safe for you to do so, close your eyes. I like to place a hand over my heart, but that's totally up to you. Whatever connects you into your body. And I invite you to inhale to the count of 4. And exhale to the count of 6. Inhaling for 4. Exhaling for 6. Let your body know that it is safe to relax in this moment. Let your nervous system know you are safe in this moment and it can relax. What if there is no rush? What if the universe is rearranging to bring you your desires? What if you can get from where you are to where you desire to be? What if you could find more joy in this moment? More peace, more abundance, and more love? What if feeling good is your birthright and it's safe for you to claim it now? Take a deep breath in, releasing all that no longer serves. Open your eyes when you're ready. A little practice that I think will really come in handy as we move throughout this week, and I'm going to tell you why. Let's dive right into the astrology. And as always, I'm tuned into the Akashic Field, so this guidance as I study the astrological charts is also coming from the space of the Akashic Records as well. So on Monday, January the 10th, we begin the week with the moon in the sign of Taurus, and the moon is exalted in this sign. So it is very powerful in this sign, and it is all about relaxing your nervous system, finding joy, finding pleasure in the moment, not rushing through life. Sometimes we get so focused on getting from point A to point B that we miss what's happening around us. Like we miss the beauty of what's really going on in this moment in time because we're just so focused on where we want to get, what we want to achieve. So I feel these cosmic energies on Monday are an invitation to just come back home to yourself, to find a sense of joy and peace exactly where you are. And that's why those what if questions are really powerful. They open us up to a new possibility. So what if you could love your life more today? What if you could find more joy in this moment? Just be in the energy of those questions. Now, also on Monday, the moon is going to form a sextile with Jupiter, which is currently in Pisces, and that's a signature energy we are co-creating with throughout 2022. And Jupiter in Pisces is expanding our consciousness. It's connecting us to our divinity. It's awakening new intuitive and spiritual gifts. And it's also opening up the discussion around mental health, around connecting to something greater than this reality, this dimension. So really interesting energy here. And on Monday, with this moon sextiling Jupiter, it's also an invitation to open up to creating beauty in your environment and to finding the beauty that already exists. So again, Monday, don't get pulled into chaos and overwhelm. Be very present and very mindful. Take time to just do that breath practice, come back home to you. Now, on Tuesday, the moon is going to form a conjunction with Uranus, and this is really about mixing things up. So a moon in Taurus craves comfort and security. So I think these energies on Tuesday could speak to that part of you that just wants to feel safe, wants to feel comfortable. And then Uranus comes in and speaks to that part of you that's craving adventure, that's craving something new. And when we are always just seeking comfort and security, we're functioning from survival mode. But when we start to say, okay, I want to add more passion, I want to add more excitement into my life, then we lean into our edge and we open up doors of new possibility and opportunity. So that's the energy on Tuesday we're beginning to feel into. And I invite you to really look at your own life where you may be asking for something new, but you're afraid to create the change. Like, we have to take a new action if we want a different result in our life. And I think so many of us know that logically, but actually applying it is a stretch sometimes. It's like, okay, we may have to step out of our comfort zone. We may have to work with a mentor, ask for help, get up earlier in the morning. Not saying necessarily any of those things are for you, but just, reiterating that point that, yeah, do something different to get a new result. And if you're feeling kind of bored in your life, it may be because you're prioritizing comfort and safety instead of being willing to mix things up a little bit here. So also on Tuesday, Mars in Sagittarius is going to form a square with Neptune. And that also really speaks to this energy of craving change and adventure. But with the Neptunian influence, we may not know exactly what that looks like. So that can produce a feeling of frustration too, where we know we want something different, but we're not sure how to get there. So remember that it's just our brain wants to know the how so it can feel safe. But begin to feel into, you don't need to know the how. You don't need to rely on your human strength alone. What if the universe is rearranging to bring the right people, the right opportunities into your life and into your experience? Really feel into that on Tuesday. And also in the highest timeline, you can begin to work with this energy to tap into new levels of creativity, to really expand your imagination. Often we shut down our dreams and desires before they even have the chance to build momentum because we start to doubt ourselves. We start to have fear and we don't allow ourselves to expand into, but what if this could happen for me? What if I could feel more abundant? What if this could be my most financially abundant month, year yet? What if this could be the year where I reach more soulmate clients? What if this is the year I find my soulmate partner? We may feel the excitement of that and then shut it down right away with the doubts and fears. So practice staying in that energy of potential, possibility, and excitement just a little bit longer. And notice how the universe begins to rearrange to deliver something different into your world. Just staying there a few seconds longer can make a world of difference. So on Wednesday here, I love this energy. The moon's still in Taurus. So we're working with this Taurus moon for the first part of the week. It's going to trine the sun and Pluto in Capricorn. And this is the energy of, okay, I know this is possible. I know my vision, my goals are possible for me to achieve. And I'm willing to do my part to get there. I'm willing to create the systems and structures I need to support my expansion. I'm willing to believe in myself. We're really activating a lot of the element of earth on Wednesday, and the earth element is so good for creation and manifestation. So really beautiful energies there. And on Thursday, I think you're going to feel a shift in the energetic tone overall as we move into Thursday when the moon moves into the sign of Gemini. And remember that the moon governs our emotional well-being, our emotional response, our feelings. So when it shifts from sign to sign, the emotional undertone changes. So a moon in Gemini really activates our inner child. It activates this feeling of curiosity. It activates this feeling of possibility. And when we look at children, they're so curious, right? They're always asking questions. And sometimes as we get older, we get so locked into our way of doing things and seeing things that we no longer entertain new ideas or possibilities. So this energy on Thursday is that invitation to open up, to see things in a new way. Be willing to look at things through new eyes. And I love that quote that just dropped in by Dr. Wayne Dyer, that he once said, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And I think that really captures the energy on Thursday. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And also on Thursday, the 13th, the moon is going to trine Mercury. And Mercury is the ruler of Gemini, getting ready to retrograde. We'll talk about that in just a moment here. So it really is about being willing to see things through a new light. And sometimes that's all we need to bring in new levels of creativity and to get unstuck. So on Friday, the 14th, Mercury will officially station retrograde and it will be retrograding until February the 3rd. And this is one of 4 retrogrades this year in the sign of Mercury. Mercury retrogrades every year. It's going to retrograde 4 times this year. And this is not something to be feared. This is not a time to put your life on hold. It is a time to really reflect on your core belief systems, a time to not rush into decisions, but also not necessarily postpone them. I know some astrologers really talk about like, don't make decisions during Mercury retrograde. I personally think like life is always moving and we don't want to stop and stand still. And anytime we're in a space of indecision or we're, thinking about the next step for a long time, that uses up a lot of energy and space. And we do better when we're in momentum, when we're making decisions and aligning with that decision instead of staying in this waiting energy forever. We don't want to use up that time and space on whether or not we should make that decision. You want to practice trusting yourself in the decisions that you make and making decisions more quickly. You can make decisions quickly and they can still come from a space of alignment and centeredness. So I also think this Mercury retrograde kind of captures the energy of this year where it isn't a rushed energy. We have Venus retrograde now too. So it really is coming back home to what feels good for you. What decisions light you up? What feels right for you? Don't look outside of you, look within you. You hold all of the answers. So I actually think a lot of clarity can come through during this Mercury retrograde if we learn to trust ourselves and stop looking at what other people are doing or constantly asking their opinion. You want to be selective about whose opinion you ask because people give their opinion based on their own belief system. So are you asking people their opinion that are experts on a certain topic? Do they have the life that you desire to live? If not, maybe you don't want to ask their opinion on certain things. So really be intentional around that. Now, as we move into the weekend here, we have the moon moving into Cancer. The Cancer moon is, the moon in the sign of Cancer is right at home. It rules over that sign. So this really is about how you can nourish yourself this weekend, kind of similar to the energies we start the week with on Monday and Tuesday of just kind of coming back home to you, cultivating that feeling of security so you can move forward in your life and you can, mix things up a little bit. You can step out of that comfort zone because you know how to cultivate that feeling of comfort and safety from within. Intuition is very, very strong this weekend. So if you get a strong intuitive hit, act on that. Don't second guess. When we second guess our intuition, that's when we learn to, we doubt ourselves. We start to learn that we can't fully trust ourselves. So again, it's something about we're not rushing. This is not a rushed energy, but it is still momentum forward. Now, also on Saturday, the moon trines Jupiter again, so watery vibes. The message I feel around this from the Akashic Records is the power of connecting to your emotions, not suppressing them, not running from them. What are your emotions trying to tell you? Learn to be in conversation with them while understanding that your emotions don't define who you are. Your emotions aren't you, and your emotions come and go. So, being able to explore your emotions in any given time from that perspective of they do not define you and you may not feel this way tomorrow is really powerful. So we're kind of working with that on Saturday. On Sunday, we have a very powerful meetup between the Sun and Pluto that only happens once a year. And this speaks to themes of power. Pluto is about power and transformation. So, again, coming back to the core theme of this week, how are you tapping into your inner power? How can you stay grounded in that space? We may also see surface on even, could happen like Friday, a couple days before, a couple days into next week, where we see things emerging collectively around this theme of power, where we become more aware of how power may be misused. This can also bring secrets to the surface. Anytime Pluto conjuncts the sun, it's like secrets are being illuminated. The sun in astrology can also represent the ego. So when Pluto and the sun align, it's looking at how is our ego taking over in our life in maybe unhealthy ways and really exploring that, right? And that may come to the surface naturally. Like, how is your ego maybe holding you back from developing really strong connections with people in your life? How is your ego holding you back from excelling in your business? How can you more and more lean into your wise higher self and not let the fear mind get in the way or hold you back? Now, I also feel this energy speaks to inner transformation and awakening. So, really taking time today to celebrate how far you have come on your healing journey, how far you have come from doing the shadow work and the inner work. And Pluto conjunct the sun can also illuminate the subconscious. So it makes it a really powerful time for digging in and being aware of the subconscious programs and patterns that are at play in your life and whether or not they serve you and what ones you need to mix up a little bit. So that is the cosmic energy for the week. Let me know how this is feeling for you below. I will also attach that link to my free training on accessing the Akashic Field to expand your business, and I hope to see you there. Sending you so much love, and I will see you very soon. Bye for now.